Guys, show FMers, it's me, FM Cheetah. You can call me Matt, and welcome back to season 4 of the RAMS Rebuilt.
Steam bloomers watching, helping and fight, guiding.
Yes, we're going to do the one game today, and it's a home game, and it's against Leicester, a rival apparently. I don't quite understand that rivalry. I guess it's regional. But yes, and Ange and I have been sparring already. But before we do this, I want to just have a brief look at pre-season and then touch on the transfer window. So I don't normally discuss pre-season because, it's pre-season. I think we all know what it's like. We just want to get some match fitness up, etc. But given the teams that we face this pre-season, and a lot of this wasn't arranged by me, I'm sure you've had that experience where uh, the friendlies that you arrange are easier than the friendlies that are arranged for you. That's been my experience anyway. But Celtic and Salzburg and Fenerbahce were not organised by me, and you will notice their score lines 5-0 away, 5-0 home, and 4-2 at home. That's nice. I mean, I guess that's probably in line with our season last season, and hopefully it means we'll be somewhere out the, and hopefully that means we'll be somewhere around the same this season, maybe title, who knows? Let's not forget we've got Champions League this season. Anyway, let's talk transfers. Yes, Nicholas Jensen Vasberg has gone. He went to Lazio for 15 mil. 10, is that what we brought him in for? 10 mil? Not even 4 mil. So, that's not a bad earning. We couldn't convince him. He didn't really feature pre-season. And we've got plenty and plenty of people who want to be here who can probably do a better job than Nicholas. So goodbye. It was short, wasn't particularly sweet. Hmm. Yes, this one hurt. Hurt for two reasons. One, it's Wilfred one of the originals. He has gone for an original, initial 98 million, possibly going to 110 or 112. And unfortunately, he's gone to City. So yeah, uh, we made some good money for him. That's great. And this was the sort of thing we discussed in terms of, one of the hard things we're going to have to do is as these players, these initial players, or all our players get better and get better, if we're not super competitive at the top of the Premier League and winning silverware, those big clubs are going to come along and snatch them up. And really, I mean, I know we lost Antonio Silva and Scalini, but this is the first big one, Gnotto. Fortunately, though, it is the only one. We've had a number of people re-sign, and we're looking pretty good that way. And we have had some players come in. So there's quite a few who came in, and as you're well aware, they're 17, 8-year-old, 18-year-olds. And a lot of these we touched on last season. So Hornshaw came in from Hull, as did Calvin Ferrier, Alan Ayling from Fulham. I won't bother going too deep into this. These are players who really, these players are not going to feature this season, and some of them may have already gone out on loan. Um, if not, maybe some will make a bench if we go on an injury run in a cup game. I don't know. Stacey Key came from Man City and Ben Beachley from Chelsea. And Thiago Andrade he came in. This was actually, I will show this, Thiago Andrade, because this was actually, Josef brought this guy in. And this is only the second guy he's brought in, I think, who's okay. Yes, he's in the left wing, inverted winger mold out on the left side. Came in for very little. I didn't see the amount there. Yeah, like 1 million. You can see already, 30 mil. So this is the sort of, we're going to see a lot of these and they're going to come in. And I think most of them are just going to be make weights. They're going to be things that we sell for whatever, 10 times the amount, whatever, 20 times the amount, whatever we can in order to keep filling those bank account, and hopefully put that money towards, yes, other better Wonderkids, but also, infrastructure, the stadium, etc. Now we'll quickly go one by one through the players who came in this season. Waylon Reneki, you'll remember we had him on loan. I just brought him in because same thing. He was 18, we need all the youngsters we can get. I think it was 8 mil. Is that what he came in? So he came in from 8.5 mil. He's now valued at, let's say, 35 mil. And he is, got some potential. Yeah, a bit inconsistent as they are in youth, and that we fix that through mentoring, of course. This is much like the others. This is one we add there. Maybe Whalum will, will turn out well, do a bit of loans outs and develop, and we'll look at him one day and go, oh, he's ready to go. And again, we have to pay attention to those other defenders, the ones we have left, like Kaiki and Bajcetic and people like that who may get poached along the way. Liam Kemp came in for big money, 15 mil going to 30 mil from Leicester, today's opponent. 20 determination, always love determination, solid work rate, solid determination, stamina. This is a pressing forward, of course, which is how he's being trained. He's also pretty consistent for an 18-year-old. You'll remember Robbie Blackburn, he's still here. So Kemp, I think there's an offer in for Kemp from memory. No, there's not. Okay, I thought there was. Or am I looking in the wrong place? No, there's no offer yet. So he's going out, he's getting game time, he's developing, and then he's coming back, and one day we're going, wow, amazing. A bit of concern about the composure, as a striker, but he's got some solid finishing, and if he plays in that pressing forward role, we just want him to work hard off the ball. Yeah. Now, Scott Richardson came in for an initial 7.5, going to 17.5. So he came in because uh, Slanina was away all preseason on international duty, and almost immediately, um, Arbesh was injured. So I just brought him in. He was kind of the best young keeper out there. Actually, not too bad, really. I mean, some of those top goalkeeping traits, like your aerial reach, is a bit soft, but his handling and one-on-ones are there. I mean, the kicking and the throwing up much. Physicals are a bit weak, but some of the mentals are pretty solid. Your positioning, your teamwork. Seems to have some developing to do, so that's good. He won't really see any game time once Alves is back. Now Alves is yes, still out injured, but it shouldn't be too much longer. If there is a cup game for that, I probably will play him because he actually had a really good pre-season, um, and he played all the games. I might, if Alves isn't ready, I might drop in gold, depending on what those initial cup games are like. Alexandros Pelkas in on loan from Chelsea with an option to buy, if I'm correct. So in from Chelsea with a 30 million euro option to buy. He's a deep line playmaker on defence. So brilliant passing, decent vision, and teamwork. Physicals are, he's 18. It seems to be okay. Bit of room there to develop. The initial, I mean, technique, I don't know about. I love that passing. I like that vision. I like the work rate. Teamwork's pretty solid. He's brave. He can, proper defensive midfielder. Since, say, Emery's become more of an attacking player, we need someone like a Pelkas to kind of step in and for a Lavia or something like that. And if, all goes well and has probably get game time in cup games. If all goes well, we might offer Chelsea 30 mil. Sam Hughes in from Man City. I want to say in from Man City with an initial 15, rising to 30, 27 and a half. Ball winning midfielder. Really, that's simple. His work rate, his determination a bit low, but he's got solid stamina. He's got some decent tackling. Not much in the way of marking, so we're working on that. But bags potential. Not sure why. I mean, obviously we paid good money for him, and it wasn't chump change for this guy. But again, these are the players we need. And he's already showing roughly 50 mil after that initial, let's call it 30. So he did play some games pre-season, just shy of a seven. Didn't, mostly. I mean, did he start? He might have started started one game, so two appearances, but off the bench. Um, one starting. I think he came in pretty late from memory. But a bit like Pelkas, one of those players we need for a bit of skill, backup Lavia. Um, no option to buy, unfortunately. So we'll see how we go with that. And if I mean, as they say, yeah, we want 50 mil. I mean, depending on how we're looking financially, and how he goes, we'll pay. first Australian member of the squad. It's Andrew Lowe. So in my head, he was a left back. Also, look, he came from Millwall of places. Pretty good, right? I mean, looks pretty solid. The technicals are pretty poor, but the I think the mentals and the physicals are pretty decent. 18, Australia, and we are just working him in that left back position. Left back on attack. Can't see him getting any game time unless there's injuries out there. But mm, we'll see. We'll see, and I think he'll stay. Offer for him to go out. Oh, okay. I keep thinking there are people coming in for these players. But anyway, a nice addition. Yes, 3 million in total. That's pretty good. What's he worth now? He is worth, well, let's say 15, 16 mil. Again, there you go. We just sort of ranked him up there just by buying him. And the last one is Sean Fisher in from Burnley. Look at this. He's basically an advanced playmaker. I think we're training him as a deep lying playmaker on defence. We are because he does like to run with the ball. Might have to come back to that. Anyway, came in from Burnley for 5 plus. Yeah, 5 going to 10, and he's now sitting at, let's say, call it 25 to be conservative. Look at the terminal. I mean, really solid across the ball. Maybe the vision's a bit low, but that passing is excellent. His first touch is excellent. Technique is excellent. It's just generally solid all round. He'll develop. Is anyone interested in him? No, no, but that's fine. I don't mind keeping a lot of these players here for the under 23s or even the under 19s to stay here. We've got the facilities and the coaching staff. Let's train them up here. Um, yeah. So we spent some money, not crazy, crazy money, but 127 million out, 54 in, looking good financially. And this is really what every season is going to be like, unless there's some wicked wonder kid who we've got to buy for 100 mil or something. And obviously, it is dependent upon who goes out. Now we've got, as I said, Champions League this season, so I think we should be able to hold on to everyone. Um, uh, you know, if we have to sell them, like I said last episode, I think that we're now getting to a stage where we can sell them for big, big money. Right? Should we have a game? Let's have a game. All right. So obviously, it's an opposition instructions. Sorry, a bit tired. Push higher up. Hmm. Okay. Well, we'll take it. We've taken suggestions before, and they've done pretty well. Here's our starting team. Look familiar? It does look familiar, except one name there. Why is there? What's happened to the lines? Oh, I haven't put the left back in because it's Rico, and I was just resting him. So, bing, bing, there are the lines. Yep. I mean, remember, Endrick is there, but we've also got Larios and Garnacho now, so there's a few other lines with the other players. I think that's it, though. I think all the other players, it's not quite happening yet. Robbie Blackburn had a nice preseason. Vitor Roque is staying. He's our backup. He's our backup to Endrick. Probably see a lot of Ben Seguir and Zai Emery. And I've got Jean Neves on the bench, but you can probably see there there's a loan bid on him. He'll go out. Um, uh, and the only reason he's there, well, yeah, honestly, the only reason he's there is because Buonanote's picked up a little knock. Little knock. I think he's gone for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. So we'll have to keep an eye on. There's plenty of people like Gray here. Actually, Gray here. Sorry, here he is. Can actually sort of play in that low inverted on the right. So once uh, Jean Neves has gone, I will drop in Archie Gray. It might be nice to see him get some game time. Yeah, that's it. So let's submit the team, go forward. Oh, of course, I forgot to have a look at Leicester. Um, let's have a quick look here. So Livakovic, Castagna, Ben Davies, Mazzocchi. It looks pretty similar. I'm pretty sure Xhaka was there. Madison, Slater, that's right. That's where he's gone. Firmino, they previously caused us some trouble, but then we sorted them out with that last game last season. The last game we played against them last season to start turning the tables on a team who has done us a lot of damage in the past. Anyway, home form's important. Let's do that. Obviously, no media because we're not there yet. But look, one of the benefits of being with the team so long is the response time is so much better. We're capable of turning up, of course. And we've got a great bunch of players, and open days are a complete unknown. Yeah, I'd like to grow the stadium, and we're going to work on taking. I mean, at the moment, the training facilities are still excellent. I want to obviously take them through to state of the art, so we'll work on that this season, getting them superb, and then we'll go back and work on the youth, and then I think then work on getting the stadium up plus 40, 50, whatever. That'll take time. The goal, I don't know. What's the goal? The goal is to win lots of stuff. That's it. Anyway, first highlight. It is Leicester's. There's our man, or our ex-man, Andrei Mazzocchi, moving the ball around. We are trying to push. Look at the boys go. They're pressing. Ndidi, Tielemans. Mazzocchi finds Firmino, but Slanina is there. Looks like we're going to get another highlight. Slanina's going to boot it, isn't he? Oh, there we go. Rooney Bashi's on the ball. It comes in. Ferguson heads it, but it's wide. Why does Slanina insist on keeping the ball long? Well, a lot of the time. All right, another highlight. This time it started as ours. Ferguson gives the ball to Rooney. Rooney's in the box. He's cut back. Oh, Scott over Rooney's corner. Rooney's coming over the corner. Outswing. Nothing. Wow, that was quick. All right, 15 minutes, 5 shots, one on target. 6 for 2 actually now. They're 1 for 0. Okay, another highlight. Ours fascinated a Rooney and Scott. Lavia. Oh, he's dispossessed by Roberto Firmino, but Lavia runs back because that's just who he is. Kaiki. Lewis Five's going Nacho. What's Nacho going to do? Look at that cross ball to Rooney. It's Fresnado. It's Nacho, and it's a goal. Just lovely wing to wing play there. That was certainly superb. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Garnacho all the way over to Unibaji. Baji chests the ball down, cuts it back to Fresneda, then pops it to Garnacho. Just slots it home, really. Cool as you like. In the net. 25 minutes. We go 1-0 up. Let's give them a bit of praise. Make sure they've got some confidence. 8 shots, 3 on target. They're 2 for 0. Oh, quick return to highlights. Vegetic, Fresneda, Scott, Rooney, dispossessed, Ndidi. Oh, look at the one, they're fighting for the ball, Ndidi's on it. Put her up. Yaka finds Tielemans, but Slanina is there. The model citizen at the back. Does the job, Madison. In swinger, fires it in. It is clear, but only Castagna. Schlatter up. Yo. Slanina gathers, and that's the highlight. All right, corner, outswinger, Rooney Baji, lots of highlights. Fires it, didn't like gears, come back to Rooney. Finds Scott. Scott's going to shoot. You this from like 20 odd yards. Brilliant goal. That is something that Alex Scott has just added to his game over the last couple of seasons. That shot. His long shot isn't, I think it's maybe 11. I don't think his finishing is all that, but that is beautiful stuff. Stevie G stuff. That's who Alex Scott is, isn't it? He is a Stevie G. Excellent, 2-0 up. Okay, we've entered the last 5 minutes of normal time. 12 shots, 5 on target. Not too bad, I guess. They're 5 for 2. Yeah, so far so good. We're looking pretty solid. There's only 2 minutes of injury time. Hopefully they'll go quickly enough. They do, and we go in for half time. Let's get in the dressing room. I don't think there's anything we need to do. Very happy with the half. Let's quickly go to Takis. Just have a look at everyone. Yeah, up front's not so bad. 6-5 from Rico Lewis. Hey? Give him a bit more time. Give him a bit more time. The boys not quite at it. It's the midfield doing the job. It's fine. Everyone can have goals. Ah, actually, wait a second. Is that? It is. It's a defensive line that's higher. Yeah. Okay. Let's just keep with it. Let's keep with it. See if the boys up front can get some goals now. All right, as we move to 60 minutes, I want to start doing some changes. So Lewis is still on that 6.5, so Laris has come off. Just quickly speaking of Laris, he got sent off. He started a game friendly, he got sent off, so we like within moments. And so we played with 10 men, of course. And was that the Celtic game? I mean, we won it with, it was against a decent team, and we won it 4 or 5-0. Well, it was a good win. But anyway, Laris comes on. Who's looking tired? Alex is looking a bit tired, but he has scored a goal. Fresno's had a great game, so we'll leave it for now. Just Larios, and we'll have a look at 70 minutes. Get on there, Larios. He's happy. Good. Should be. Going to play. All right. Rooney fires it in. It's clear, but only to Lavia, who finds Garnacho. Back to Lavia. Fresneda, Scott. Garnacho releases Larios. Finish it, baby. Oh, how good was trick going in there. How did he miss? It was harder to miss than harder to miss than to score it. Okay, so Fresneda's tired. So of course, the man who loves to come on, Estevez. And boys up front, hey? Well, let's do it. So let's swap both of those boys out. I think that'll do for now. We're at 70 minutes. I think what we'll do is, I mean, we're 2-0. That's a fine win. I don't want to get too carried away. Let's bring these boys on, pump the fists, make me proud. Done. Let's see what these boys up front can do. Maybe they can score some goals. All right, another highlight. This time it's Leicester. Only Leicester's second highlight. Dispossessed by Lavia. Was that Pepe? I think it might have been. Lavia just looking so good. His development's been amazing. Rooney releases Scott. Is Scott going to finish? 2 goals. 2 goals from Scott. Outstanding. The season's leading scorer so far. That's great. I'd love him to do a lot more of that this season. Look at that. Rounds the keeper. Slots at home. Probably not the best keeping in the world, but, Alex Scott puts it away. Puts it away. And as we move to 80 minutes, going to do the last substitution, which I think is Scott, really. So Scott will come on. Oh, wait, he's on a hat trick. I'll leave him. I'll leave him. I'll leave him, and I'll bring on Pelkas. Why not? I just realised we're playing Lavia. Not quite right. We're going to bring on Pelkas. That's all 5, isn't it? Yep. Why not? 10 minutes. Go out there, make an impact. How do you think about that? Compose. Compose isn't bad. All right, last 5 minutes. I'm going to drop to balanced. We have a highlight. So, Vitor Roque, Bajetic, Blackburn releases Larios. It's Garnacho, who misses wildly. So we're almost at the end of 90 minutes. 4 minutes of added time. So what we'll do after this highlight, Mazzocchi on the ball. There is, Roque's on it. Roque, what will he do? What will he do? He will give it to Garnacho. Larios, cross off the post. Off the post. Good here. Quickly just do the usual time wasting. You never know. 21 shots, 8 on target again. Not happy with the on target figure, but we have contained them. 9 for 4. That's pretty good. Oh, and looks like they've had an injury. That's it. That's a 3-0 home win to Leicester. I think that's very good. Yes, indeed. He unfortunately picked up that injury. Let's get in the dressing room. Good win for us. A good win for us indeed. How delighted. Plenty of good things out there. Hitting the woodwork. A few maps I feared. And that is it. So with that, we go into second place. Crystal Palace and Tottenham yet to play. But we go into second place on goal difference, ahead of Leeds and just behind Arsenal, who won theirs 4-1 against, Fulham, I guess. And that's the first game. That's a good start. And I wanted to, let's keep this as short as possible because you have had some absolute honking episodes out there. Oh, Ange, I love Ange. Postecoglou, defeat is hard to swallow. Sorry, Ange. I hate that. Pocus makes his debut. That's great. Bargy on form. Oh, really Bargy, hey? All right, cool. I'll give him a praise then. Southgate is he Man U? He's Aston Villa's. He's looking at Evan Ferguson. All the best. With that, okay, when will we be back next? Let's find out. So I don't know. We should have the Champions League by September. So I think it'd be nice to come back for a Champions League game followed by something relevant. Assuming by relevant, the games we want to be looking at is those top tier games, the Arsenals, the Tottenhams, the Liverpools, all those kind of games. Right now, I'm looking at Liverpool, Newcastle, Man City here, but I think we'll have some Champions League action somewhere around here, and maybe we'll do that. And Man U, I don't know, depends on where it lands. Or Chelsea, maybe Chelsea, good run last season. Maybe we'll do that. Okay. So that's it. That is it. Hopefully that's pretty short. Well, certainly a lot shorter than the last one. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please drop a like on the video if you did like it. And don't forget to subscribe. And they've stalled a little bit late, over the last week, I think, or so. It always helps, and the likes help, and of course comments. Love to hear your comments. Super interesting. I would like to just do a kind of shortish 10-15 minute episode where we just talk about why this is working so good. Why these youth players seem to be overperforming, or are they? I don't know. I'd be interested to hear your comments and your experiences. But that's it for today. Thank you again for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, hasta rate.